Look, y'all, I'm learning the Twitters. Before we get into this video, make sure you hit like, share my videos, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Also, make sure that your notifications are on and they're set to all. Now, let's get into this. But first, quick commercial break. Friends, we're facing more threats than ever before. When our leaders warn of global food shortages, even here in the U.S., it is time to act. Go to preparewithkevinscorner.com and get you your long-term emergency food storage from My Patriot Supply while you still can. See, we don't know when more empty store shelves might hit. So now is the best time to act. My Patriot Supply is by far the #1 preparedness company to rely on, with millions of satisfied customers this past year. Act quickly and save $150 on a vital 3-month emergency food kit. This kit provides breakfast, lunch, dinner, drinks, and snacks, totaling over 2,000 calories a day. Every family in America should have at least 1 to 3 months supply of food per person. And now you can. Go to preparewithkevinscorner.com and save $150 on your 3-month food kit. That is preparewithkevinscorner.com. Your order ships quickly and arrives in unmarked boxes for your privacy. Don't wait any longer. Go to preparewithkevinscorner.com. Now let's get back to this video. What's going on, America? Kevin from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. That's right. I never thought that I would be using references from the Twitter. Yeah, man. I mean, I just got used to using the internets and stuff. According to Joe Biden, black people, we don't know how to use the internet. And, we ain't black either if we didn't vote for him. So I'm starting to not believe the talking points and narratives of the Democrat Party and all of the propaganda. I'm starting to believe that as a black person, I don't have to be a Democrat. I'm starting to believe that maybe some of the expectations and the labels that they put on us are designed to keep us in a certain mind frame. Designed to make sure that we stay loyal to a party who's done nothing for us. In fact, their policies seem to hurt black folks, but yet they use all of these crazy notions to divide us and make us think that it's other people who are after black folks than them. The very people who run their cities and all of that stuff like that. Yeah. And so as I was on the Twitter, I ran across Elon Musk. I guess he sent out a tweet. And I think he's in the same position. See, because he's an African American too. He's an African American too. And I think at one point he thought that maybe this liberal approach did on the surface of things sound very good. It sound like you're doing stuff, sound like you're all in your feelings and you just want people to be good to each other. You don't want them saying bad things to each other. You don't want them discriminating. I mean, who wouldn't fight for freedom or racism? But what if people use those things for evil? What if people use all those things that kind-hearted folks by nature just say, yeah, man, that sounds good. I want to support that. I want to support this. Only to find out that the people that were pushing these narratives or using these feel-good things were using them to motivate people to help them. But then you wake up one day and realize that that's what's happening. Not to mention those same people swearing down that they love you, got your back, we support you. And when you do something to tick them off, they reveal who they really are. At that point, something goes off in your head. At that point, you start to see yourself shift from supporting that to seeing what it is for what it is, to now all of a sudden looking through it through the eyes of scrutiny, to then all of a sudden exposing it, and eventually you end up despising it. So Elon Musk sends out a graft, okay? It's a tweet. And as an African American to another African American, I could understand the red pill experience that he's going through according to this tweet. And I'm going to put it up on my screen so you can see it. See, you see that, guys? You see the little guy up at the top? That was in 2008. Right to the left, it says, my fellow liberals. Look at that. All the way over there on the left side, right? Then you see me. So that means Elon was leaning left, not all the way left, not to the loony part of left, but you know, he was to the left. Then you see the center. Now notice way over on the other side is right, which when it comes down to right and left, when I look at right or I look at conservatives, I look at us as common sense people. I don't look at it as greedy, disgusting, racist, white nationalists. When you listen to the policies and some of the principles of conservatism, you're saying, I don't see what the problem is. I mean, do we all have to embrace some of these crazy radical ideas? Do we all have to be out carrying picket signs and tearing up stuff to show that, we're fighting for justice? How about you just love your country, want to be left alone, leave big government out of it, and not become a target of persecution and attack if you disagree, which we're about to find out the graph. It shows, why once folks start seeing liberals for what they are, they go through this transition. So now let's go down one step further. It says, my fellow liberals. Oh, okay. I think that little graph right there with the guy booking means that they done went way beyond left. They done ran off the diagram. They're not even there anymore. Isn't that crazy? Then you notice what that did though. Made little Elon. That's right. The little graph in the middle kind of moved further and further to the center. Once you start noticing stuff like that, when you start saying, oh, wait a minute. I mean, there's no happy medium. You mean to tell me if I don't agree with everything y'all say, I'm a fascist, racist, xenophobe, or I'm a sellout Uncle Tom? That's what you're telling me? You mean to tell me that on the principles and the threats of racism, I got to be okay with my little kids being in a bathroom with folks that maybe don't have the same genitalia? That's what you're telling me? I'm starting to move a little over towards the middle line. And then you see over there on the other side, it's of course the right. Okay, that's 2012. But then something took place in 2021. Let's look at the diagram again. All right, now you see that? It says woke progressives. So now you ain't just your regular progressive, you woke, meaning you're really asleep. Okay. See, folks that claim they're woke most of the time are asleep. The folks that claim they're fighting fascism as they attack people, burn up stuff, tear up stuff, hit people with things and stuff like that, and think they're fighting fascism don't even realize that they're the fascists. They're asleep. Folks that get on MSNBC, CNN, and the Democrats who's always talking about we're fighting against racism by promoting racism, by keeping racism fresh in the minds of people in our society, by trying to win every argument simply by accusing everyone that disagrees with you of being a racist, a Nazi, a xenophobe, by justifying some of the stuff that takes away the rights of other people so you can claim you're providing additional rights to people who have rights. That stuff. By thrusting your opinion into society and saying, no, it's no longer just my opinion. This is final. This right here is an absolute. And if you disagree with it, we're going to use all of these resources to crush you, to shame you, ruin your career, all of those things. That start making people that was usually kind of maybe on the left or the center move further and further away. Nobody wants to be around the crazy folks. Why do you think they're trying to shut down that libs of TikTok? Because people watch that video and say, those folks are crazy. But the crazy part about that is a certain party and people on TV support those crazy folks. So by default, are they crazy too? Why are you supporting that craziness? I voted for you. I didn't vote for you to be crazy. And you ain't able to point that craziness out? Maybe you crazy too. And you find out that they don't want to be associated with that craziness. So instead of doing what Elon has done according to the graph, which is recognized these folks done went too far, which a whole bunch of Americans are doing. Hispanics, blacks, you know, you name it. Gays, lesbians. Yeah. I mean, you see everybody now in every category. Many people have broken that spell that they've had on all of these people. Meaning if you are this, if you're that, if you're a certain color, you're certain sex, you got certain genitalia, whatever. You belong to us. And this ain't no Anita Baker. You belong to me. No, I don't. So you can see then, as they got more progressive, they became regressive. They regressed, thinking that we're making progress by bringing back slavery, thinking that we're fighting for voters' rights by talking about some Jim Crow on steroids and demanding that people have an ID. You're calling everybody racist. Stuff like that. Being okay with our borders being wide open for all of these people to just come over here under the whole umbrella of we're fighting for folks that comes for a better life. Any rational thinking person starts to look at that and say, okay, you might have had me with threats and fears of racism, but now you're trying to tell me that a grown behind man should jump in the pool and beat women? Now you're trying to tell me that kids from preschool through 3 needs to be hearing about all of this other mess, if you know what I'm talking about? Now you're trying to tell me, listen, we've been patient, but our patience is running thin. Now go out and get that, you know what? You're trying to tell me that I don't have a choice? That's what you're doing? I can't focus on no racism when I got to deal with that stuff. That's the stuff that makes people like Elon and many others start to wake up and move that way on that diagram. Hopefully the next time I look at that diagram though, Elon will be all the way over there, if not, you know, because see, we getting further and further away from the loony. A little further and further. They need to expand the diagram. That's how far I want common sense folks to be from that loony folks that's way over there. Push them off that edge, okay? And I'm not suggesting that you kill them. Just for the people who can't understand humor and analogies. Kevin from Kevin's Corner is not suggesting violence on the liberals by pushing them off a cliff. It's just symbolic. Now, you've been listening to Kevin and Kevin's Corner. I never thought that I would use anything from the Twitters as a source. But now that there's new ownership, I'm opening up. I'm broadening my horizon. So find me on Twitter. Find me on Facebook, YouTube, all that good stuff. Subscribe to the channel. You know the rules. It's in my little clip at the end. Just, listen to that and stuff. And check out any of my new videos that I've uploaded, because for some reason, many notifications aren't going out. And I'm going to get back to the Twitters. So follow me on Twitter so I can get used to it. Send me a message on Twitter like, yo, Kev, here's a tweet. I'm just hitting you on the Twitters. And, help me get used to it, all right? So God bless y'all. God bless America. We see y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. God bless y'all. God bless America. Don't forget to hit that like button. Share my videos. Find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those good things. And please check out Extreme Teas, my sponsor. If you like their products, please click on the link below this video. Put Kevin in a promo code. You'll get a 20% discount. If you'd like to donate to Kevin's Corner, feel free. The links are below this video. If you want to be a part of my $2 a month club, also feel free to do that. All it entails is you simply dropping $2 a month into one of those links below the video. Or if you want, you can drop a nice big fat lump sum in there to offset the stuff that we know goes on with big tech. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Make sure that you are still subscribed. And finally, set your notification button to all, because YouTube is playing games, y'all. Now, God bless you. God bless America. See y'all next time in Kevin's Corner.